All right, welcome back to the Greatest Football Analysis Show.
Well, go on, cuz.
Man's here in a roundabout again.
I know some people are like, I thought you quit. NSYNC, it's gonna be May. That's when we're done. Until then, we're here.
But poet, there was a man that didn't play in last week's analysis, McTominay.
I know. Lads, you know what? My bad.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about the game against, what game was he playing terrible? The game before. But because I had drank so much and it was Sunday.
You might have had a couple.
Sorry, officer.
No. Allegedly, maybe.
Allegedly.
Yeah, look, McTominay didn't play last game, but Ham Jones, Peter, and Jacazia then said, I agree with Poet, McTominay had a poor game. He also dyed his hair and wore Matic's shirt. Have a nice.
Alright, lads, my bad.
Poet analysed the game that a player didn't even play in, and that is incredible.
I was getting games mixed up. It's because it was Sunday. Sunday is an acronym for me. It's called KISS.
As Spake said, there's no rules, and this is the Greatest Football Analysis Show.
No,
you can do whatever the hell you want.
No, sometimes it's my bad. I made a mistake. I scream. You scream.
Cool. All right, a couple more comments. Every episode starts with shitting on United, then it goes into how class Liverpool and City are, and ends with how, wow, isn't Arsenal wavy? Greatest Football Analysis Show.
Yeah, man.
Imagine what Prime Henry would cost in today's market. Oh.
That was a crazy player, bro.
Oh, I think Mbappe is probably the closest to an Henry.
Well, go on, doggy. You say it, fam? Yeah, no. All right, this is a mad one. Mbappe at his age was better than Thierry Henry. So Mbappe at age right now, Thierry Henry at that age was not that good.
Rashford is definitely modern Theo Walcott. Love it.
Pogba is also Özil. Don't forget that.
Poet was a sensational performance. It was 39% performance. Coined new ideas at a new age Theo Walcott, which is absolutely sensational. It has to be the top bin scorpion finished. Amazing analysis. But some dubious analysis though from Gary Neville. We're talking about modern football, something that we sort of debate, have conversations about, insights about. Gary Neville saying, I remember a time when United players, managers, executives wouldn't be seen in a local Italian after a draw at home, let alone getting knocked out of Europe. The list last week, we've seen a global tour of F1, concerts, cricket and UFC events. These lot are tone deaf. Because obviously loads of players went on holiday, went abroad after they lost to Atletico Madrid. And Gary Lineker didn't agree with him, saying true. They were mostly busy getting hammered down the pub without everybody being on social media to spy on them. What do you think, Poet? Ragnick went to the cricket in Barbados, Rashford and his mate went to the UFC. You've got Sancho with Davido at a party. You've got the owners at F1. After a loss to Atletico Madrid, Manchester United obviously not in the Champions League anymore. What is your take on Gary Neville's take?
Gary, you see when BT get more views than you in a week? If you don't stay at Sky Sports trying to figure out how you make the breakfast show with Jamie Carragher, then I don't want to hear you talk about the Man United players. Gary Neville, when you do Monday Night Football, and you don't accumulate the views that you should be getting, I hope the executive producers all come in and say, Gary, you're not celebrating. You're not going for it. Do you know what? Tell your missus you're not seeing her for 7 weeks. You're going to stay in the Sky Sports studios and create the new... So like, Gary, honestly, bro, allow it, man. What do you reckon?
I just think he's an old school football fan. And I think, look, let me just maybe reflect on myself here. Maybe 9 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have been very peed off if a player breathed after a loss.
But 10 years ago, you was a young man. Gary Neville is older than everyone here. Everyone.
But let me see, if I was
He's the older brother of the Neville brothers. And he's behaving like this. Gary's upset. He reminds me of my ex-girlfriend when I cheated on her. And she wanted my life to be just bad, bad, bad. Gary, just because you're upset at home because Man United lost, doesn't mean everyone should be at home upset. Maybe that's how you deal with it. I don't know. Some people deal with things in different ways. Like when Wayne Bridge got cheated on by his girlfriend with John Terry, he went to the club and sung some Big Sean song. Maybe other people will stay in the house and be depressed. Just because you don't recognize the reaction.
Peru, para, Peru, Peru, para.
Just because you don't recognize it doesn't mean it's not there. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It's like, I understand his take because of my previous views on football.
Yes.
And because I was so identified and I so thought that these people cared about me and that their life was basically my life because I'm a football fan and I pay your wages. So because I care so much, you should care so much. That isn't the case. People don't care how much you care. And to be honest, you should probably reflect on your life if you care so much about someone not caring so much.
I've never heard you speak about Phil. I've never heard you say happy birthday to Phil. You don't care about your brother. You just care about United.
Now, okay, social media, I think, Gary Lineker's right there. Back then, bruv, Serbia, I remember 2006 World Cup, man was smoking cigarettes on their balconies. Like, back in the day, people did things as well. It's just that now, definitely social media highlights it. If you're at a public event, you're going to get photographed, you're going to get snapped. It's much more out there. Has perhaps the egotism and individualism of footballers grown to a status of perhaps NBA stars, where everything's a show? Yes, as well. So
that's true.
People don't care. I say maybe they aren't as invested emotionally in these clubs / businesses, corporations. So as the society and the world has gotten very corporate and individualistic, what do you expect? What do you want to do? Just stay at home and just said cry, drink, bash their heads against the wall, go run like 50 rings around the stadium. Not everybody's Ibrahimovic, not everybody's Gerrard. Them times are gone. We just got to kind of accept it that those times are gone, especially in elite Premier League football. Don't get me wrong, you try to do that at Red Star, you might get your car broken into and it's set alight. But we're not in Serbia. We are in England, in the Prem, we're in elite football. People are stars. They make Netflix documentaries about themselves. They co-produce them.
These are narcissists. These are narcissists we're dealing with.
You got Benzema being like, this is my life. And 6 months later, 6 months earlier, he was selling videos of his friends sleeping with someone else. Bruv, you have Neymar being like, I am not the bad guy, and having a Netflix documentary. Bruv, what do you expect, bruv?
This is what I think. No,
let it go, bruv.
You know why he's even big, Mahala? Hello, sir. We come in peace. I'm part of the Dutch bobsleighing team. All right, this is what I think.
Let it go, Gary.
Imagine, one doggy, come on. Imagine this, yeah?
Yeah.
Them going out and doing what they're doing, they do it under any terms and conditions. That makes it a habit. The only time you have a problem with it is when you are emotionally upset because of your investment in the poor performance of your team. That means if Man United won 5-0 against Liverpool and Pogba was out celebrating, you wouldn't care.
No.
So that means the real person that has the issue is you, Gary. These men, win, lose or draw, this is what they do. You have to learn to accept it. Yeah. It's a new age, Gary.
It's a new age.
And you can't dance. And you don't draw gal. And you don't have a banging Instagram with bare wavy pictures. You're just boring, depressed, one duck, and you just diss Philip Neville. You've never picked him up.
I have to admit, I do hear him. I do hear him.
He didn't speak, he typed.
I do read him.
Yeah.
If, in an ideal world, you celebrate when you're doing well. You reflect and maybe you work harder when you're doing not so well and you try to improve results. Like in how maybe things should flow.
That's just different cultures. I know some cultures that when people die, they celebrate the person's life, and some people cry all day.
Yeah, and
I'm not here to police someone's reaction.
All right, cool. Yeah, but I do overall, I think overall I am witnessing the change of society, so I agree with that reflection. And we are living in a more different age. Yeah, individualistic, hyper-capitalist, narcissistic age. So it is what it is, man. Shit. Go with it or fucking do something else, Gary. Go in a gap year. Well, Bali's amazing this time of year. You won't care what they're doing because you'll be meditating. So,
are you not upset with Sky Sports for losing the Premier, the Champions League privileges that they used to have?
Guys,
it's gone. Why don't you go and complain to your execs, Gary? Take out the real frustration, the fact that you can't go on a Wednesday night. You can't anymore.
Bro, the fall of empire, man. The fall of empire. Look into it, man.
Anyway. I love Gary, I love Gary Neville. I actually love him. I can't believe he's doing this.
No, modern football's done for him. Overall, it's just
Gary, man.
Anyway, let us know. Gary Neville, is he right? Is he wrong? Should players be celebrating or living life normally when they're losing? Let us know. Do you care? And what you think about Gary? Is he right? Is he wrong? Interesting.
Be upset with the Manchester United board. Be upset with the people at the top. Stop taking it out on the players, man.
I feel neutral.
Let them live their life.
I feel neutral, but it's a fascinating observation.
A man's gonna imagine Gary Neville. Imagine I play for Man United and Gary Neville is telling me what to do with my day-to-day life.
I'll be like, bro.
Gary Neville.
I'll be like, bro, I'm making 300
shut up,
bags
man.
a week.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm going strip club.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have fun.
Yes.
And I'm gonna play. These men are gonna abuse me in the stands anyway. I probably, to be honest, would be acting like the footballers.
To be honest with you, we have seen since Alex Ferguson come the footballers have consistently performed, I would say, a little bit strange over the court pass since 2013. It can't be the players' fault.
But would they behave
Can't be all
like-
be the players' fault.
I think it's all everyone's fault. It's everyone's fault.
No, it's the philosophy and it's what you're walking into. These players are walking into a messed up establishment and they're just continuing the thing. Like Mikel Arteta done, he came to the carpet, he upset people, he got rid of Aubameyang, he done bare things because he just wants it to be his way, so when people come into the club, at least he knows the direction everyone's going in.
I can't lie. Ragnick being out is funny though as well.
Yes,
It's
Ralph!
not even players. It's like Ragnick's out here, not Barbados watching cricket.
Yeah. But you know the killer is, you never see where other people are. They just target who they want to target and then you see where they are. Gary Neville, what are you trying to tell me? You've never celebrated after a loss. Ever. You're a liar. Well, Gary,
think?
why? Why are you doing this?
Like, slow.
Why are you doing this?
Like when things weren't going that well, like up and out, I was still going strip club.
My brother.
Like the shoot was dead, but I'm like, I'm going strip club after this anyway, so who cares?
Gary, you didn't
So,
cross it for Ronaldo in the
I
Champions
think
League final.
I can understand. Anyway.
Wesley did it.
So-
And Wesley was out. He's out here
Alright,
with the man
forward.
them.
Let's move on.
No, I'm done with Gary.
Yeah? You done with Gary?
No, I'm done with Gary now. Gary, I'm back. I like him again.
Alright, cool. Roma against Lazio, talking about British players. And someone who's doing really, really well is Tammy Abraham at Roma, beating Lazio 3-0, 2 goals. The whole stadium, Tammy!
Imagine that's your brethren.
Abraham! Tammy!
Imagine that's your brethren.
Cold. The man
Tammy!
Abraham!
Tammy!
Abraham!
That man there on the mic, he needs to be in a yardie dance.
He's winning, bro.
If you bring him to a yardie dance,
Yo, Tammy Abraham is absolutely smashing it. And it's nice to see, and I think more and more English players should be doing this. Going abroad, man. Go abroad, man. Spread your wings.
do you know who started it?
Who did start it?
I don't know.
Ooh, like,
I think one player that done it in this
John
new
Barnes
age.
do it like back in the day.
Forget John Barnes.
Gaza.
Gazza's done it.
Yeah.
Gary Lineker done it.
Yeah.
But I think, because I don't care about them, man. I wasn't there when they were playing
Yeah.
football. I have no interest.
Michael Richards?
No.
Fiorentina?
Steve McManaman, my brother, Real Madrid, won the Champions League, done this kick. My brother.
Nah, it's good to see. And I think over there, for example, Lazio players after that loss, culturally looking at it anyway, they would not be on holiday. No chance. You've lost the derby to Roma. Your house might get burgled.
Possibly.
Plus, like, you know, what I mean, if post a photo abroad having a good time, something's happening, isn't it?
But that shows you the state of your country, not the state of football.
Society, yeah. Society.
So the state of this country, going back to Gary, deal with it. It's multicultural now. There's man them. We do different stuff. Wagwan G, it's man them.
True.
It's man them. Man them are from the trenches, bro. Like, we'll see our parents arguing, go out and kick ball. We don't sit in our bedroom like, my parents are arguing, how am I gonna deal with it? We might be again that same night. One doggy. Stop taking pictures of strangers.
I was less depressed when my parents were arguing. It's when they stopped when I started getting depressed.
Is it?
Yeah, because I
I
have time
hear
to
you.
reflect.
This is what
Whereas
I'm
when
saying.
they are, I'm like, I've got to get on with life, innit? I think that's it. When you got shit going on all the time, when you're like shit's really going on, you just got to either get on with it, because then you just fall, innit? Or you fall.
When you're used to shit,
You just got
and shit happens, you
yeah.
just carry on with life.
Yeah.
If you're not used to shit and
Yeah.
shit happens, you're like, how am I gonna? One doggy,
gonna do
come
it?
on, the man, them. My brother, I'ma try. You done now, fam. One love. Come on.
Yeah, I hear you. So look, he's having a good time. Tammy Abraham.
I love Tammy.
Tammy.
And Maitland-Niles over there, arm round him.
Yeah.
man.
It's a vibe.
Pick up the man,
I
them.
see Coquelin at
Villarreal?
Villarreal. Of course, the
Come on.
quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Come on.
Now, see, man, them go explore other countries, man. You see, this country for football, too much media pressure, too much attention. You can't bloody
nonsense.
shit in a toilet without flushing it. Someone writing a bloody article.
These players, everything they do is magnified.
Yeah. I'd even go MLS. There's no rules anymore. Specs was completely right. He predicted it. Have
So-
a nice somewhere else.
According to Gary Neville and some people in this country, when you lose,
Yep.
don't change your frame of mind. Just go home, be depressed, do you know what? Why not just back a load of pills? Just make life even worse.
Jump through a window.
Just jump through the window.
And then at least he cared.
And at least he cared. Then we can go, oh, he loved Man United so much, man.
Build him a statue.
Build him a statue.
Honestly, lads, like I think our institutions are all failing globally.
Yes.
Let's football clubs, how we view institutions. And these players don't believe in them because, look, mate, no one really does anymore. So what do we expect, man? You got to live what you can live, and times are changing. But look, we're going back to that topic. Jose
Sorry.
Mourinho's selfie, incredible. after the win. Jose, man, love that guy, bro.
Stop trying to get on Jose Mourinho.
He's the best.
He's the
Once
best.
again, as I said, I used to hate him, and now I absolutely love him.
Because you understand it now.
Totally get it. Because he used to troll me because I was one of those passionate fans, caring, burning shirts.
If you're a passionate football fan, you're being conned.
You are being conned.
And it's passion to an extent. I love this club. I love them. I love Arsenal.
Yeah.
I celebrate when they win. I'm upset when they lose.
But
I'm not depressed.
The minute your day's getting ruined, or you're crying the day after, you gotta move on, bruv. You gotta find some hobbies, man.
Brother.
You gotta start jogging. Like, release those endorphins in a different way, man. These men should not determine how you live your life.
You man are not even this upset about your mum. So obviously your mum wouldn't even be this upset. But then Arsenal lose and you can't.
These are deeper questions.
Come on.
Deeper questions. Well, let us know though, man. Which player would do really well abroad? Or who do you reckon should Brexit from the Premier League and go play in a foreign nation?
Or what job should Gary Neville get outside of football to make his life and Philip Neville's life a lot easier?
I think postman.
He always delivers.
Or a ticket inspector.
Gary Neville was a typical. That looks like his team.
He would be sick at it.
Sick.
You shouldn't park there, but I'm going to hospital. I'm getting my wife. No, not my. That's not my problem. Bang, £50 fine.
Gary.
Barcelona 4-0. Shout out Aubameyang, another man. Obviously, he's not English, British, whatever, but he's gone abroad from the Prem, and he's living his best life.
Sunshine over there. I see troops with him. His brother's there. You can smoke weed over there. Move the fly. I'm sorry, man.
I might need to. Transfer request abroad, fam. See this country, blood. Hey.
It's mad.
Hey, wiggle. Let us know what you think, though, man. That game, did you watch it?
Did you watch it?
Nah.
I watched it,
saw
you know.
highlights. I saw you tweeting.
I saw it. Put it on the laptop. I said, let me watch this.
And reflections.
Barca are back.
Barca are back.
I don't think they were even gone that long. You see Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and they're signing Kessie in the summer. Forget about it. Aubameyang up front. Ferran Torres. Adama don't even start. Forget Adama. Dembele is going sick. All he needed was Aubameyang. Yeah, man. Shout out Barcelona. 4-0 at home. 4-0 away to Real Madrid. They should be ashamed of themselves, man.
Shout out to Real Madrid, a new stadium, and shout out for dropping a 100-year anniversary kit for no reason and losing 4-0 that you're going to wear.
Welcome, Daggy.
You're going to wear one time. Why free collaboration?
So lose 4-0.
To lose 4-0 at home.
So at one point, when it was free, we could have said, oh, why free? Should have made it a why 4, man. Why 4? I'll tell you what, 4's a good number, though. You add 2 O's, that's the amount of appearances Dani Alves has had for Barcelona. I want to give him a round of applause.
Round of applause.
We met him.
Make it go around.
Me and Vuj met him.
Make it go around. A round of applause.
Me and Vuj met him in Paris. Can I just say to you, that's by far one of the best footballers I've ever met.
Yeah.
Really fun.
He's a bae. He's an absolute bae. Q Komodo said, question for the two of you. What happens to Carlo at the end of the season? Is Xavi repeating the history that Guardiola last cemented? Do you think he can go in a Guardiola type run?
What do you reckon? I don't support a club that's at the top and all of that. You support a club at the top. What do you reckon?
I think to compare him to Guardiola, it will take a while, man. Like, I can't call that yet. I think that's a nice prediction
good comparison
to put out there. Good comparison, but can he with those players? Look who Guardiola had. I think that's a premature call for me. Premature call. Do you know what I mean?
Because the squad.
He hasn't even bust yet. That's a bit of pre-com. You can't. Do you know what I mean? You don't know
what's going to happen.
You don't know if he's going to impregnate the team with medals. So
you can never call it.
Can't call that. You can't call that. But it's a decent shout.
One thing we would say though, sorry to keep cutting you, is Xavi coaching Pedri and Gavi looks nice. Would you not want to be coached by someone that you probably love the club? It's the reason why you love the club. Xavi's been a legend at the club, and now Pedri's with him. Look at that.
All right, so every time we go into our next segment, we should do the doggy. Aston Villa Arsenal 1-0. People arguing online because people were celebrating. Oh, go
So
away.
now when you show too much passion, everyone's angry.
Man?
And if you go out and party, everyone's angry.
Guys, absurdism, the only way to go forward.
Let me show you why Abonglaho had a stinker.
I don't like a Gabi.
Why did he say he likes Steven Gerrard?
I don't know.
Because he celebrates like he's won a trophy. The fans like that. And then when Arsenal do it, it's a problem.
Like,
all of you pundits are having a stinker. The pundits that I love right now, Rio, Roy Keane, Danny Murphy whenever I see him,
Micah Richards.
Micah goes without saying. He's the man then.
And then you have Laura Woods, because she was back
Laura Woods!
Laura Woods was back in the cause. She was like, if we just look at
Laura Woods, did you hear it?
Yeah.
Hear it?
Arsenal weren't meant to be where they are right now from predictions pre-season. They're a very young side. They've been trying to build something. You're building, you've been losing, you've been winning, and now you're in a good run. You're in top 4. You might even be 7 points in front of your rivals by the end of next week. Why wouldn't you celebrate a tough away trip to Aston Villa at the end of the game?
Let me show you
celebrate with the keeper, bro.
Gabby, why you should be disappointed is this. This is
Poor,
the
man.
truth.
That's poor, bro.
They're not celebrating that 90-minute win. They're probably celebrating that 90-minute win, mixed with the journey up there in the first place, mixed with the week when they just lost. Who did we lose to in the week again?
I forgot.
Lost to Liverpool 2-0. Yeah. We lost to Liverpool in the week. We're trying to get top 4. The amount of problems that we had, no Aubameyang, there's so much context that goes into celebrating that. Leno getting his first start in how long? Yeah. People are apprehensive, he's going to be dodgy. My man doing the Dougie. And Gary Neville is still complaining. I'm not having it no more. No. I love the fact that Arsenal celebrated that.
Gabby, Guanajo, take the apps. I mean, I think they just do that for controversy these days. Like, how can we make clicks?
Content.
Like, there's no other way that isn't even an argument.
Gabby, man, and I like Gabby. My brother, he's got like 900 kids. That's the way you should. Come on, man.
I'm expecting a statement like that from Gary Neville.
Not Gabby.
Or what's that guy from Crystal Palace? The guy, the red-faced guy that supports Palace.
Steve Parish.
Yeah, one of them, man. Yeah, them, man.
I did not expect this from Gabby.
I didn't.
I expected from Ruben Neves. You saw how that went, Gabby.
I didn't.
Ruben Neves said it. They came to the carpet and they lost again. Come on, man.
Poor take. Shout out Arsenal. Shout out to the young Arsenal squad. Bukayo Saka with the goal. Ramsdale in goal. Celebrating it. You should be celebrating.
I'm clocking it.
Celebrate.
The pundits are basically becoming like the people on Arsenal Fan TV. They're reacting after the game and they're taking poor takes. You're basically doing Arsenal Fan TV, but at TalkSport and Sky Sports. This smells.
Click economy, bro. What is real news anymore?
What did you call it?
Clickbait economy. Wait. Let us know what you think about the celebrations at the end of the game from Arsenal. Should have they also just marched out, never appeared again in public life, joined the war in Ukraine, and never come back to the UK because they shouldn't celebrate?
I think that's what Gary Neville should do with Philip Neville. Join the war.
Everton against Newcastle. I had to talk about this. Julian Gajewski in the Everton vs Newcastle game, so ran into the pitch and tied themselves to the goalpost using cable ties. Look at this guy, bro.
Aren't you guys bored?
Oh.
Another guy in the Arsenal game tried to handcuff himself to the goalpost. Like, what's wrong with you lot, man? You depressed, miserable wankers.
Look at him, bro.
He looks like 3 hours before that he was watching a bit of porn.
Yeah.
Having a toss, thinking life might improve.
But I rate him because look at how he's getting carried out like Jesus. These are complex problems, man. A t-shirt with a slogan and tying yourself with cable ties. Bro, allow it, man. Just allow it. I'm just just stop it, bro. Just what are you doing, man?
And down to everyone, do you know what, you've seen me and Vuj here. We've gone for a mad journey. And one thing I will say about football is, don't get too attached to that badge, because that badge don't give a fuck about you. You can be attached to the players. You might get a little conversation about them. You can be attached to the time. There's so much things, but you see that badge. Don't get roped up into thinking that your whole life is that badge. It will change. Then what?
Shout out to the guy from the stands that offered his Stanley knife.
Oh, did he?
A fan gave his knife to the steward, and the steward gave it back to him.
Safety. At least we know we're safe in the ground. Man, I got Stanley knives around, and it's like, I give up.
Incredible scenes.
Stella McCartney's making a new top for Arsenal. Like, what for? Why have Arsenal got 7 home jerseys? We've only got 1 home.
You know Napoli are on 14 this season.
What? Armani are making the bloody Napoli kit. Like, what is this?
All right, let's go.
I'm Gary Neville.
We're the Gary Neville of like social commentary.
Yeah, man.
Just, but look, that is the world, man. It's a weird time. Let us know comments under. Hey, all right. Aliyah says, one singular point now separating City and Liverpool. Who'll potentially top the table before City play on Saturday.
Well,
it's actually mad that City are bottling a 12-point lead from January. There are absolutely no rules. It's unpredictable sport. Liverpool the only thing that keeping this league fresh.
I love the fact that even in moments of adversity where I thought, I think it is Man City, I stuck with my guns. I said, Liverpool. And they don't let me. You see why I love Liverpool? I love them.
That game, in around 10 days' time, it's gonna be
Sick.
And this is where I think you look at the positives of elite football. Obviously, there are the negatives, as there is in everything. When two teams that have been trained to that level, that don't have these Gary Neville problems, that are run like regiments, you know? I never really hear these issues in these clubs. They got managers that are top of their game. They got players that everything's aligned.
Listen, the Liverpool team was bopping through Hackney in black because they knew they were dead in something that day.
Liverpool
Funeral
were
swag.
walking through those, whatever, Shoreditch, Hoxton, whatever.
You're going to Fulfiller office.
Can you see the difference of cultures of these clubs and Man United? That's what we have to say. There is a difference.
I think when I look at Liverpool, I look at a team. Man City, I look at a team.
Yeah.
As crazy as it sounds, when I look at Arsenal now, I'm seeing a team. When I look at Man United, and it's been like this for time, I see individuals. And every time they get someone to lead them individuals, when they're like Jose Mourinho, they make them seem like the enemy. But when they're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they're the nice guy. But Jose Mourinho is more efficient for you than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's the reasons why at Manchester United it's going to be the way it's going to be, and it's not because of the players. It's not. Ladies back off is crazy.
Hey, yo. So Liverpool, Man City. Man City, who wins?
I'm going for a draw. It's gonna be one of them tactical games where it's just like, boy.
No one really wants to.
If anyone
stalemate.
edges it,
Battle of the Somme.
if anyone edges it, I'll give it to Liverpool. I don't know why. Liverpool have this thing where sometimes against Arsenal, where I don't think you lot were playing particularly well,
And boom.
and all of a sudden, boom, out of nothing. And although Manchester City are much better opposition than Arsenal, we can't even compare them. Man City, to me, are like a very well-oiled machine. Everything happens the way it should. It just looks like, Liverpool's a little bit rough and ragged. A little bit. So as much as it's a very well-oiled machine and I expect certain things to happen, they still have that element of surprise.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. I'm going for Liverpool take the lead.
I can still see her back off.
Liverpool take the lead and it ends 2-2.
Yeah, let's do it.
But if Liverpool take the lead, that is going to be out. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at them, Man City. Because that's it.
Man City are relentless, you know.
They're going to throw like everything at them. Gentrification, everything's going to be thrown at Liverpool.
Damn it.
Let us know.
Gary Neville?
And Gary Neville.
They're throwing Gary Neville, right, cool.
I'll go 2-2. Poet's going draw as well. It's going to be mad. Obviously, we're going to be here analysing Greatest Football Answer Show.
Do you know what I might do as well? Might do a little watch along with everyone.
Ooh.
That's a big game. Hello, sir. I do bobsleighing for Holland.